Well, we're all packed up and we're about to head to Ohio. Illinois was good to us. We're leaving with more than what we come with, and hopefully we can do the same in Ohio in about 6 or 7 days time. If not, oh well, but we're gonna give it our best shot. No rest for the weary. I'm feeling the effects of yesterday now. I'm kind of running a little ragged, so I'm gonna try and make it the whole way. If I can't, oh well. If I can, awesome. So we got about 6.5 hours ahead of us. It's 1:30 Central, so 2:30 Eastern. So I would say that would put us about 9 their time if we don't stop, which you know I'm gonna have to. So we're gonna say 10 o'clock if we make it the whole way. But let's get it started so we can get it finished.
That's a quarterback. It's a running back. Whoever. You cannot go helmet to helmet. He drops his helmet right on him.
Well, we made it to Ohio. We got our tent roughly set up. This will be home till the 17th. Maybe we can get a deer killed. The goal for tomorrow is I gotta get my hunting clothes washed. They got bloody, nasty over the last 9 days, and then the last day there. So I'm gonna try and get some rest tonight. I'm really behind on sleep, and then we'll get up, get those loads of clothes washed tonight, and then in the morning waiting on those clothes. I'm gonna go over maps, try and get some kind of game plan together for that on what we want to scout and see what we can get figured out. I do have a camera over in one of the areas that I'm going to try and retrieve. I'm going to try and get a shower, just get everything ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and get camera batteries, everything all charged up tonight. Tomorrow is just get everything ready for this next week grind, the last leg of the marathon here. And just be ready, and then maybe get in the woods and scout. I doubt we'll sit tomorrow, but we'll probably use tomorrow afternoon to scout, maybe Sunday morning to scout, and then Monday through Saturday we're gonna kill a big buck. Let's see if we can get some rest. It's about 9:30 now. Actually, it's 10:30 now. I forgot I hadn't set my watch back. So over and out, guys. Good morning, everybody from Ohio. It's about 10:30, and we've been really productive even though we haven't hit the woods yet. Woke up early this morning, went to Walmart, got some propane for my lantern and stove, and got all my hunting clothes washed that got bloody and nasty over the last 9 days of hunting. Got a new video edited, so I have 8 videos for you guys. The next one that I'll edit will be the kill video, so I'm gonna try and get a couple of those uploaded maybe tonight. But I gotta go. I'm gonna run over here to a place I left a camera last year. I don't really have any intentions of hunting it, but I want to see if that camera's still there and grab it. The place just gets a little too much pressure for my tastes, but I'm gonna try and grab that camera, get out of there, go to the processor, and see if he'll throw my cape in the freezer until time for us to go home. And then we're going to start digging into some of these areas. Hopefully we'll be in a tree tomorrow. If we get on something real hot, we may be in a tree tonight. You never know. So stick with me. I'll keep you updated as we go. Well, we were successful in retrieving the trail camera, and pretty cool. I found a match set of sheds from what looked like a, you know, like a 2-year-old buck that had a pretty cool left side. He had like a G2 and then like 2 little, kind of looks like teeth on a saw. It's pretty cool. But it gets even cooler. I got back to camp and put the card out of that camera. I thought they were last year's, like this past year's sheds, like off the 2018 deer. Well, popped the card in the camera, and I found those sheds about 300 or 400 yards from the camera, and had that buck last year as a 3-year-old, like November 12th, and then like the 20-something, and he blew up. Like, he was a big deer, real long main beams. But there's so many people. There was 6 trucks in the parking lot, including mine, when I went to get that camera. So I may check in on it later in the week and see if there's still a bunch of people hunting it, but there's too much other ground for me to fight that many people. And I ran into a guy on the way out. He said they counted 11 different people hunting in there yesterday. So I'm out on that. But so what I'm gonna do this afternoon, it's about 20 after 1. I'm gonna go in where I killed my buck in 2017 and Logan killed his in 2018. I want to scout it and just kind of see if there's sign. Logan said that there was a truck parked there once or twice or something, or a few times, but there wasn't anybody there today, and there hasn't been anybody there last few days. So I want to check it, but it's starting to get a little later in the afternoon, so figure if I'm gonna go in, I might as well take my stand, and if there's sign, we'll set up and just hunt tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, and then look at something new tomorrow evening. Kind of keep that same game plan I had going in Illinois. So we'll update you. I'm gonna try and keep my camera out as I go in the woods later. Well, good morning, everybody. This is day 2 in Ohio. Didn't really do much yesterday. Logan's dad shot a buck yesterday afternoon about 2:15 or 2:20, and so I kind of cut my scouting short last night and helped them find it. It was a pretty tough track job. Deer probably went 400 yards. It was kind of a liver-ish, out the guts kind of deal, and it was a tough track job, but we found him, got him out, and I'm struggling this morning. I went to McDonald's and was trying to get another video uploaded, but there was so many people in that McDonald's, they had the Wi-Fi bogged down. So I should have another day 2 video if I have to go do it tonight. Should have another video up tonight. So, but I'm gonna ride around some of these places and see where there's trucks parked, and try and do some scouting. It's Veterans Day, so thank you to all those veterans out there, past, present. See if we can go find a big buck. That's the biggest track I've ever found. Holy crap. I think there's a chance I just come up out of this holler and there's just nasty deadfalls and you just can't get off the road. But I think there's a chance I just pushed that big buck up out of this holler. And I hope that's the case because at least I know where he's at. Dude, that is a giant track. I mean a giant track. And real fresh. There's another one. Good morning, guys. I've not done a good job the last couple days of keeping everybody updated, so I'll just run through it real quick. It won't take long. Today's November the 12th, so it's day 13, and it will be my third day in Ohio. Day 1 was just me getting laundry done, working on some videos, and then I headed out that afternoon. Pulled a camera that had been soaking, picked up a set of sheds that were actually 2017 sheds, and I had the buck on camera a few times in 2018. He was actually a really cool deer, but there's a bunch of people hunting that area, so it's off the list. That afternoon I went in where I killed my buck in 2017. There's been some guys hunting there, so I kind of scratched it off too. Yesterday I covered a ton of ground and I got on a huge buck. The track's enormous. I mean, it's the biggest track I've ever found. But it's all clear-cut, deadfall nastiness where that deer's living, and I have no idea how to kill him. I feel like I have to at least try and hunt it, but the whole thing's like, it's the same. You know, that kind of habitat's great for deer, but it's hard to hunt. I love it, but there's so much of it. It's good in small quantities, not large. But after that, the other places I scouted really didn't show much. Then me and Logan went to this place I'm actually looking in right now, and found where another big buck's living. Same deal though. I don't know how you could possibly kill the deer. So I'm checking some other stuff. It got dark on us last night. We got about an inch of snow. So I'm able to really see some fresh signs. So I'm trying to take advantage of it. It's in the 20s. I didn't sleep much last night because I'm staying in that tent and we got real high winds and it uprooted it once while we were at dinner and most of my stuff got wet. So it's kind of been a rough, 12 hours for me. But let's go see if we can find one. I really want to fill this tag on a good buck because I don't know how many other opportunities I have to kill 3 bucks in 3 states in about a month's time. It'd be a pretty cool accomplishment. But let's get after it, see if we can find one. We got a few days left. Well, guys, I got great news and I got terrible news, and then I just got news. The news is I'm an idiot. Well, I didn't take my camera and my bow on this last spot because it was just like two ridges that kind of formed a saddle with some cover close by. And I just wanted to pop in and see if there was deer running through that saddle. That would tell me that there was deer in the area, basically. I was like, it won't take long. Hop in, there's some deer sign, but nothing gets me too excited. And I worked around the rim of one ridge, just trying to check for buck cruising or whatever, travel. And worked over to another ridge and got into some crazy good bedding with a lot of does, which is what I wanted. I wanted buck sign and then high concentration of does if I could find it, which is hard to find on these big chunks of public, but I did. So I was kind of following some tracks, and you know, if you're going to go in there and lay your scent down and blow it to pieces, you might as well get all the information that you need. So I was just covering it pretty good, and I covered one side out to the point, crossed over, and then I was going to work my way back the other side. And as I was working my way back the other side, I was following tracks, found a scrape, and I was moving slow and looking at on X, and I caught a whiff. I was like, that smells like a buck. Now about that time I look up, about 40 yards out and closing is a big buck, like, you know, good 140 to 50 inch deer, and nose to the ground, just bird dogging, moving fast. I was like, well, that's cool, you know, at least I know there's one in there. He passed by at 25 yards. Maybe I could have stopped him, maybe I could have shot him, I don't know, but didn't have my bow. I wanted to go down and look at his track just to, you know, because I saw a good buck, and you spend a lot of time looking at tracks. It's nice to see, you know, what size track for a buck that size, more or less. And found it, and I was like, well, I'll follow back and just see where he crossed over the ridge, and that may give me an idea of a place that I could set up. And working back that trail, I made it another 30 yards, and I get to a crest, go to crest the hill, and there was a buck every bit as big as him, if not bigger, crossing the hill at the same time. We meet, he sees me, takes off. So we're gonna hunt somewhere close by tonight. What I think I'm gonna try, because the wind isn't great for that spot, even if I wanted to go right back to the same spot, which I don't, is I'm gonna try and come in from the other side and go the next ridge over and see if I can pick up some sign there. With this snow on the ground, it makes it nice to be able to get yourself where you need to be. So we're gonna run back to camp. I'm gonna actually tear the tent down. Logan and his dad left just now, and I'm gonna take over their cabin. It's already paid for, so why not? So it's about 12 o'clock right now. We're gonna try and get back in the woods this evening, but it'll be a short sit, I'm sure.